Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin, some cryptocurrencies, and I guess I will pass on the traditional financial markets today, guys. Nasdaq trending up a little bit, Dow Jones down a little bit, IWM went back down. If you noticed yesterday, the IWM, the Russell 2000, was coming down. It's looking like there's a little bit of movement into the smaller cap stocks. And I know the narrative is that, oh, they can't go up because interest rates are going up. Markets can adjust to interest rates, guys. All you got to do is go back and look at the 1980s. It's not a big deal. The other one, to the bank stocks. Where's the KR? KRE was up like 3 or 4%. It's probably in a corrective mode. This is the housing market on the ETF, which is bullish. Okay, so the housing market has positive news. So it does seem like that the markets in general are kind of in a recovery mode. So there are some red flags out there. Don't get me wrong, could be happening. Here's gold. Here's the deal with gold, guys, is that gold and Bitcoin are going together. Okay, gold and Bitcoin are going together. So here's the thing with the gold on this wave pattern that it did is that it's in a bounce. I think it's going to go up to that 9-period moving average, 1968. I hope the noise outside with all the construction. I live downtown Cincinnati, and I was like working on an LED light this morning, man. Took the cover off that thing and like all these wires and everything around. It's not one of these simple, like just pull it out and replace the lights. No, couldn't be that easy. So, but anyhow, I'll go on. There's, by the way, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. It'd be really, really appreciated going up into that area. And I think you do have a shot that gold could be testing like 18, going down into the 18s possibly, guys. Okay. Which I think would be really good for gold to do a nice 3-wave swing. And this is what Bitcoin is going to be doing too. So here's the overall pattern. I know I'm going over gold. People are like, oh, what are you doing, man? Gold, gold, gold. We don't care about that. That's all fake Bitcoin. Right? That's all fake Bitcoin. So here's the deal with the pattern on gold. So check that out. Look at that. You see that? Doesn't that look beautiful? Look at that. Look at my prediction right there. What do you think? That's going to hit that 40-period moving average right there on the monthly. More than likely, right, guys? So here's the deal with gold and Bitcoin are going together, and it's looking like gold is in a wave 1 of a wave 5. So I'm expecting a wave up here, 24, 2,500, something like that on gold, coming down wave 2, 3, 4, 5, this whole wave pattern that it's in. And that'll be good for Bitcoin because Bitcoin is with gold and the DXY more or less. It's kind of trending with those two. Okay, so this looks really good for gold, guys. So if you're a gold person, you know, if it gets down like near 1,800 to test that moving average right now, which is could be at that time frame, probably in end of July or something like 1880-ish, possibly in that area. You could have a decent run on that, guys, right there. Okay, so a pretty decent run on gold, guys. You know, like 27%. That's like doesn't sound like much. It's not Bitcoin, but guys, that's like huge for gold. So, and the fifth wave could being gold as a commodity, this fifth wave could get fairly aggressive. But anyhow, I'm going over this because Bitcoin and Ethereum and they seem to be following that right now. So let me go over here to Bitcoin real quick, guys, and roll on over here. I know I don't make any fantastical type of charts or anything. So here's the deal. I'm going to go to a 4-hour chart, smaller time frame chart on Bitcoin and roll on open here. What we got going on, I still think it's going to be up and to the right. Okay. I said up and to the right. And when I say that, I'm not saying like next day or anything like that. I think it's going to be up and to the right over the course of the week. It looks like the 12th, maybe into the middle of the June. So maybe down a little bit more and then come back over here, maybe go test 27. It could get back up to 28.3 potentially for Bitcoin, but it is looking like there's going to be, once it's finished, a little bit of a trend going that way. How high is it going to go? Not really too sure. I would like to see it get up into that demand zone up there, that supply zone. And this section would be really, really nice for a very, very nice trade, just because up here will be a bunch of bears. That'll be bear zone. It'll come back down. So that's what I'm looking at with Bitcoin. Go back out to a weekly chart on Bitcoin, guys. It's looking pretty decent. It's looking pretty decent. Now, here's the deal with Bitcoin, guys. The target zone that I'm looking for Bitcoin is about 23,000. Okay. So kind of same thing with gold chart, coming here with the 40,000, you can see right there in that area, 22,900, 23,000 wicks down to 22, something like that. Can it go down farther? It could. But that's what the zone I'm looking for. It already hit the 9-period moving average, went through that. It's testing the 21. It's going to come down and get to that 40, just like gold, more than likely, guys. So in this move, and then you'll be in in my opinion, you'll be in a very good buy zone for Bitcoin, in my opinion, guys. Okay. That's what I'm looking at so far, going out that direction on a medium-term time frame, shorter-term time frame, take it up and to the right, possibly with Bitcoin, okay, over the course of the week. And then after that week, you'd be in the middle of June, and then going to the end of June and then into July is going to be the finish up the correction for Bitcoin, okay? Now, remember, this is Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency family. It can go deep. They're deeper than expected. Just be aware of that, okay, guys? Bitcoin can do it and surprise people and go for those mega dips, So what I want to do too is go over some patterns with you guys. I think is going on. I'm not going to go over Bitcoin. I'm going to go over Ethereum. I'm going to go over possibly Cardano. I'm going to go over Litecoin, and I'm going to go over Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So let's start with the daddy of all those, which would be Ethereum, in my opinion. Ethereum. Here's Ethereum on this chart. Okay. This is the pattern. I'm going to say this again. This is the pattern I think Ethereum is in. I don't think it's a whole new wave sequence. This corrected and it's going off and doing moonshots up to 45,000, like Raoul Pal was saying last time when it was in 2021 or wherever he came up with and all this. No. I got this short. I got the long, my biggest long of ever. I'll give you guys a little heads up. Be careful listening to guys who used to belonged in hedge funds. Okay? Just saying. Hedge fund guys, be careful those guys. Those guys, they're good at what they do, but they're not in your best interest. Believe me. So here's the deal, man. Right here. So this pattern that it's in. So right here, 2015, and went in this wave, and where you want to put the 1, 2 here, blah, 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 went up. And I think it's this area. And this, since this is doing a grind, so it's a grind. So it's grind. That is indicative for the characteristics of an ending fifth wave, guys, where it just grinds up. I'll show you an example of that right here. Let's go over to Binance Coin on a daily chart. Okay, so Binance Coin. I'll show you an example, a recent example of that. I was remembering this fifth wave grind that Binance Coin was doing in this section right here. Let me take that off. You see this section right here? Okay, so on Binance Coin, which, by the way, guys, if you're bullish, if you like Binance Coin, this right here, boom, probably reset the whole cycle, okay? Looks like it was into a some sort of wedge pattern that it went into. I was checking that out. But this section right here, you got 1, 2. That's where Capo put in his short right here. He was expecting that, and it did that. I remember that perfectly. I said, dude, what are you doing that for? What happened to Capo? He came back, man. He should be he left at the top of Bitcoin. He should be out. And I missed the guy. That's like really, really good entertainment, man. I wish he would come back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can see grind, and it finally finishes it off into a grind. So a fifth wave grind are common in all types of assets. It can happen. So let's go back over here to Ethereum on a weekly chart. Or no, let me go to a monthly chart. So I'll show you what I see going on. I was putting this on Twitter. Some people don't think like I think, so they don't understand what I'm trying to say sometimes with the limited space that you have on Twitter to say it. But 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up for this 5. The targets I'm looking for on Ethereum, once this correction is over, minimum target right there is 23.90, and then as high as 33.72 in that area, because that's going to be a massive supply zone for Ethereum. And it could have another correction or bounce down out of that. And then boom, if it gets above that, I think there's be a shot to 5K. But this will be the pattern in this ending wave right here. Okay. So now let me go over to GBTC. I put an update on this too. I think this is a reasonable pattern. So here's Ethereum. Check this out. Here's Ethereum, right? 2015 set. Okay. Right up here, 18. This area was 18 to 20. and then back up here, November 21, back down up here. So let's take a look at GBTC, the pattern that I'm looking at. I have targets on GBTC going in is 2024. It might take it that long. Get over there, get up there, guys. You know, this the area right here, July 24. Okay, $38 to $50, maybe a spike up to the trend. And then this GBTC hit August of 2015, went in this wave and then back down in this threes, because this is a three-wave move. There's no doubt about this, guys. The only way to explain that three-wave move, this is not a five-wave with fifth, with a truncated fifth, in my opinion. There's another three-wave move back down, and then you're probably going to have either another three-wave or a five-wave. Okay, these patterns can either be impulses or they could be three-wave moves when it's a leading wedge or diagonal. Okay, that is the deal. The only time is on the downside when they're an ending, the ending, and not starting. If they're an ending, so on an ending, it have to be three-wave, 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 like that. Okay, just like that, and then you have your ending movement down there. Those have to all be three waves, not on a excuse me, not on this pattern. Okay, so I think this is a shot, and then that's what it's going to be. And at the end of the day, once it's all said and done, that's what the this pattern is doing. They're actually on a smaller scale. These are actually quite common patterns where they go like this. I'll show you guys. These are quite common patterns. So what you do is you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me put this on like this. Okay, I'll show you guys. Well, let me go back, settings, wave, boom. Okay, so like that. These are these are common, more common people realize, and you have a pattern like that. Okay, just like so. Okay, and what happens, you have a first wave that thrusts really, really good, boom, okay, and then you can have a third wave. They can be either an impulse or a diagonal, not diagonal, zigzag type move, okay, back down, and then this section right here, you just have a grind up and finish that fifth wave, and they correct either to the fourth wave or they can come all the way down to the second wave. Those would be the two target zones for this whole area, the target zone. Okay, very, very common type of move, and that's what I think that you have going on right there. So you see the little one, and here's the big one. Okay, so that's how I'm looking at that. I really think there's a good shot that is going on, and if GBTC is making this move, guys, okay, which there's a really high probability it's making that move, and it's not doing some moonshot like the moon boys have on Twitter, where Bitcoin is going up to like 180 or something like that. Could this be some weird, strange thing, and maybe the two's over here or something like that? My Fibonacci program is not saying it's doing anything like that, so it's just not. It's going up to here and maybe a touch up to that trend line. Okay, so then it'll come back down, and on GBTC, after it does that wave, okay, the next target is going to be the bottom of the fourth to the second wave right there. That section, it'll go like that. So if it does make this move, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then boom, 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 back down to here in that zone, making this whole wave pattern like that. Okay, that's what I think is going on. Just same thing with Ethereum, and then if you go over here to Litecoin too. Litecoin, I think, is a little bit different. It's not actually in on this. It's a little bit more bearish in a way, if you will, based off my targets. Massive supply zone up there for Litecoin. I added this in because this is not the whole chart, but it started in 2015, more or less, too. Massive wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think it's going to do a grind up to the zones of 183 and maybe as high as $300. So Moon Boys, they tell you, doubt you're going to see $1,000 or $1,500 Litecoin anytime soon, unless unless I'm wrong and the second wave is over here. Okay, but I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. I don't think that's going to be the case. That's a little too Moon Boyish for me. The only way you're going to know for sure, guys, is that I would say that, like on Litecoin, if it moves up here really quick, you have to see it get above that trend and a back test on that trend and then get out of there. But let's be real here. Let's be real here. Does it seem like it's going to do that? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's have a really deep self-evaluation and go, you really think it's going to do that? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, just look at Matic. Mac's going up for a wave. One last fifth wave. What's another coin? Oh, Cardano. Let's go over Cardano. Here we go. Cardano. Check out Cardano, guys. Oh, Cardano. I got the whole chart on Cardano, and this is the pattern I think Cardano's in, guys. Okay. This pattern just like this. So, you know, this pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's 5. And then Cardano, I think, is going to grind it out. It'll probably be in this area. The waves on Cardano actually are pretty decent, guys. You know, they're not ugly waves, clean waves for Cardano, which is what I like. Clean wave up, clean wave correction. Could come to the bottom of the demand zone right there at 29.30 cents. Wouldn't be surprised. But if you go out to a monthly chart, I'll show you guys, is that more than likely with Cardano, it's going to do a grind in this section. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cardano does like a grind. Just my prediction. Okay. So right here, bubble bump, grind. And then at some point here, once it's done with its grind, it can start doing that shot up like that, guys. And it'll just go up like this. And this is the pattern that I think Cardano's in, just like the other one. That was the wave 1. Here's your 2, there's your 3, there's your 4, and it's going up for 5. With my targets right there, right even basically in that area for Cardano, guys. Okay. So that's what I think it's going to be doing. And this is the pattern that Cardano's been in the whole time. Boom. Okay. So the only thing that seemed reasonable, this Moon Boy 1-2, massive 1-2, and this thing's going off to $23 or whatever it is. Not on this wave, not in 2023 and early 2024. That's a little crazy. I mean, maybe I don't know. I wouldn't go with that deal right there, guys. So I just wouldn't do that. But let's go over some coins. Now, I was over crypto Twitter and I went through it, caroused through it, and man, I tell you what, you're on fire, man. It's unbelievable to me. It's like, oh my gosh, you look at Bitcoin and all the alts are getting smoked. They're getting smoked. And I went over and I looked. I said, okay, let me go check these alts. I said, it was up a little bit, you know, didn't really go down. Heart went down a little bit. You know, Hex is getting smoked. Don't mess with Hex till it's done. You got to wait till that thing's all sussed out. Okay. ISP, I posted that on Twitter. You know, I was like, ISP like went down like just a little bit and it popped right back up. You know, Caspit's got a little work to do. Okay. Cadena is like, it just let that suss itself out, guys. You know, I think it's going to go down like 30 or 40 cents. But, you know, Lido Dow, like nothing. It's like Lido Dow. I said, guys, pay attention to this coin right here, man. Like it came down to $1.58 and it's already up like 56%. While the cryptocurrency market, if you're in an altcoin, you're supposed to be like losing all this money. And I was like looking and going like, man, there's like some pretty decent coins out there, man. You know, like here was the Nakamoto Games. I was over this one too, guys. You know, like here's this massive resistance and it's still staying above it. It's still staying above it. It like looks really good, you know. But if you want to look at like Near Protocol, not looking so healthy. You want to look at Algorand. Something wrong with these layer ones, guys. You know, Near Protocol and Algorand. You know, look at that one. You know, I mean, if you, yeah, you were in them, but I was looking at the other coins and hey, it's not so bad. I mean, this is like nothing, man. Like these coins going down 10, 15%, like nothing, guys. Shield Protocol, I'm waiting for that to get down to $1, guys. But I don't know if I want to go on. You know, BNB's got all these issues. You got to go to the BNB chain with it. But I know, you know, CZ's going to be around. He's not going anywhere. I hope he puts up a good fight like Coinbase. Getting tired of this SEC crap, man, saying they're protecting investors, man. Name me an instance where they actually did that and they recovered the money. Maybe they did it with Bernanke guy, right? They recovered some of the guy's money and it was all the other rich people that got it. You know, all the people that got money, they're going to help them get their money. But the average Joe, you know, do they help them? Hell no, they don't help him. They don't care about him. But they're a movie star or some rich dude, they'll help them, right? So anyhow, that's my little rant on that situation. VELO coin, guys, you know, looking at this on a monthly chart. I mean, that's looking really, really good, man. I'll tell you what, if I had a choice between VELO and VeChain, I'd probably be in this one, man. I'll tell you what, guys, I think this is going to be a lot better than VeChain. I know there's a lot of people in VeChain. They're expecting the smoke show to be coming on VeChain. VeChain has some, there's some decent things about it. And, you know, maybe it will do a surprise and do a smoke show on VeChain. But, you know, I'm thinking like, look at VELO here, guys. You know, look at the expressed interest in VELO. Come over here, VeChain. Is it okay? This is on Binance. So maybe I need to check some other exchanges, but you know, you don't see all that interest in it. But on VELO, look at the difference on those candles, guys. And then you see here's VELO right here. Let's say you get right here, right? And then let's say Bitcoin finishes correction and maybe VELO can do a little bit of a move right up here, you know, and then you're getting up in that section. There's going to have resistance right there. But that resistance right there, it's already 1,300%, guys. You know, come on, man. What do you think? You know, like, and then it gets over that. Like, you start talking about some movement there, guys. Some serious movement. Zencoin spammed all over Bitcoin or whatever these guys did. Looks like it finally did a recovery out of there. This Zencoin. There's like, oh yeah, everybody got wrecked and all this other stuff. Maybe they did, man. But you should be putting your life savings in these like high risk coins like this stuff. But it went right to the bottom of the demand zone and it's popping right out of there. Looks like it's going to work its way out of there. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little rip, at least to the top up there, like 300% on Zencoin. And if it goes 1-2, I mean, even ABC, you know, an ABC move. So I see that, you know, with that coin right there. But the other ones are looking, I mean, there's some ones that need a little bit of work, you know, PYR needs some work. Nakamoto Games is one I'm looking at too, guys. Gala, I think I like a little bit better than that one. The Illuvium coin is working on getting itself out of there. You know, it's still sussing itself out down here on the bottom. Probably want to just wait for Illuvium to do this pattern and then maybe go back up and do another pattern. It'll probably hang out kind of in this area for a while, I'm guessing, guys. You know, Illuvium would like, you know, let's say it ripped out of here, it's down here and then up here, and then maybe it rips off another one, right? When Bitcoin goes bullish, you know, I don't think it's going to be doing any moonshots anytime soon, but then it'll come back down again. And then you have, you know, like maybe something like this, and then finally gets out of here down the road or something is what I'm looking at with Illuvium, but pretty decent coin. I think they got some tokenomics issue, man. They're staking and then they unstake and then the whole thing crashes down when they unstake or something's going on over there. I haven't looked too much into it, but that's my guess. It's GLQ. GLQ is letting it go, you know, that 0.0055. I said pick up a little bit. I'm trying to get like more or less about $1,000 bag in a GLQ and just building it up. And somebody was asking about that. And I said, look, you know, if you're going to wait for this premium drop, you know, dip on GLQ, which is not dipping very much, it's already dropped 83% to that bottom on that wick. Now, could it come back down to maybe 0.0039? It could. But at this point, you know, I think we're really splitting hairs here, you know. So if it goes down, I'll just pick up more. And then if I don't get a full, you know, $1,000 in, so what? You know, so I only have 600 in. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to drop my life savings in something like this. But this setup right here, guys, is pretty good because, you know, just a simple swing. Okay, just a simple one-to-one swing. Think about this right here. Okay, you got that swing right here, back down, maybe it comes back down a little bit more, but just a simple swing to 618 or 786. It's going to have massive resistance up here. Boom, right? It could get up there, you know, just a simple swing like that, you know, and then you start looking at some pretty hefty movements in there again, guys. Okay, that's how I'm looking at that. So AI coins, let's take a look at the AI coins, see what's going on here. Vicoin's doing pretty decent. Ocean Protocol, pretty decent. Heart's getting hammered, and Fetch and Singularity, not so bad, you know, really. This Ocean Protocol I thought was at 40 cents. Here's the deal with this Ocean Protocol, man. Like, dude, guys, this is like bullish, you know, like, I don't know why people would be bearish on this. Like, you got a movement right here, and you can obviously see that that's a correction. And it's like the perfect, it's going to be like the perfect bull flag right there. Boom. You take your little thing right over here, maybe go something like that. You know, it's like, that's what it's doing, man. It's like, you mean not super substantial gains, but like 300% right there. It's like this going up like this and back down like that, guys. That's like bullish, man. You know, that's how I see that right there. If that thing gets a drop, if you like Ocean Protocol, back down to this 28 cents, possibly right along this trend, something like that, into that area, probably could even hit right on top of that. So that's 0.026 or something. You know, that would be a pretty good deal right there. Bitcoin's looking pretty good. Same thing. Same thing. Don't have an issue with that. I've been picking it all up through there. I was like, man, you know, I don't think it's coming down. I was like, okay, I'm going to be greedy and pick it up down here, right? And I'm thinking, maybe it's not going to do that. Let me just start sniping some all through there. So that's what I did there, Bitcoin, guys. Okay. I'm not going to go over the DXY. DXY is in a corrective pattern right here, guys. I think it's going to be swinging up to 105, maybe 106, but this is a corrective pattern that the DXY is in right here like this, and it has this leg right here, and then once it's done over here, then it's going to go down. So gold right now is in a correction. DXY is going to go up. If you want to use the DXY, it's best with gold, but and then this back down in this section, and that's when gold's going to make its move, and possibly Bitcoin too, guys. So Bitcoin, while this is doing this, Bitcoin, you know, still trending down, and then starts doing that, Bitcoin go back up. Okay. That's how I'm looking at that, guys. So Bitcoin seems to be going along more with gold and the DXY than anything. It's not 100%. The DXY, guys, is not 100%. Just because this is going down is not a guarantee that stocks and risk-on assets go up. Okay, that's not a guarantee. It's just a guide. Okay, let me show you something, guys. We're over here. Look at this. 1995. Look at this right here. Boom, 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 boom. What was going on from 1995 to year 2000? You see? So just to let you know, it's just a guide. And the other reason why tech stocks are going up, or probably other risk-on assets are going up while this is going up and trending up, and like, hey, this is going against my narrative, is because it's in a correction. So this is down and it's in a B wave correction. Okay. That's why. So it's not bullish per se, even though it's in a bullish sequence. It's still in a overall corrective sequence. Okay. It's going up. It's just correcting that leg, more than likely to come back down like that, guys. So that's how I'm looking at that, man. Binance Coin, and you know, it's having problems with the SEC, Coinbase. That'll be the new narrative on this crash for Bitcoin. Okay. So that'll be the narrative, I guess, when it's all said and done and Bitcoin's all done in this section that's going to be coming down. You know, let's say I'm looking at this area. So I put this on here like that. I'm looking at 40. I think it's going to come down and test that 40 period moving average, right? And then this section right here will be Binance, Coinbase, and recession crash. Kind of like what was here. This was the banking crisis, and this will be the Binance SEC, Coinbase SEC, and then the maybe recession that's coming. The recession that's coming, guys. Okay, that's what that'll be, more than likely, something like that, or maybe there's another thing that'll pop up soon. But anyhow, it's down. Weekly is down. Okay, weekly's down on Bitcoin, so there's probably another thing that could pop up and throw that into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what it'll be? Some other bad thing. But anyhow, that's how I'm looking at everything, guys. It stuff looks pretty decent. You know, these drops in cryptos, man, this is like nothing. It's unfortunate because the wait has been so long. I mean, Bitcoin's not so bad, but like, you know, over here, if you wanted like these coins over here, not coins, but this Riot blockchain, guys, you know, like this thing does a lot better than Bitcoin, man. Like, you know, this thing went up like 285, 300%. Bitcoin went up 100%, and it did in less amount of time. January 23 to April 10th. Boom, you know? So Riot blockchain is like looking really, really good, guys. That's like looking really, really good. I think it's still got some time going out to August is kind of the time sequence I'm looking at, July, August, to get done over here. But like this coin, man, or not coin, I keep saying coin, but you know what I'm talking about, Riot blockchain, you know, this one right here, guys, like this is going to outperform Bitcoin, in my opinion. This is going to outperform Bitcoin. And this right here is coming, hasn't even hit that 9-period moving average. You can see this is all a big bullish setup that it has. It corrected everything. And you're like looking at it like that. And here's the 40. Okay. I think it's definitely going to hit that. So it's 9, and it might come down and tag that 40. Okay. But then this over here, this is going to be a move, I think, guys. Like, I'm looking at like 27 and maybe as high as $40. And you know, that's going to be a lot more than Bitcoin. That's going to be a lot more than Bitcoin, in my opinion. There's no way Bitcoin's doing a 4x on that next wave. It's just saying, guys, you know. Let me see here. Here's Riot, Mara blockchain. Mara blockchain or digital holdings is not as bullish as Riot. And you can see on the weekly, you see how those moving averages are still kind of like trying to figure themselves out. Telling you trying to figure yourself. It's not like this is over here. I think with Mara, you want to stay away from Mara for a little bit. I think it's going to be doing mega moonshots. You know, you can't get 1, 2, 1, 2 out of that because you see that three-way movement there. You see this weekly candle went sideways and this weekly candle went up. Okay. I think what Mara is doing in here, guys, is this move here back down. It did a three-way move and it's coming back down and like coming back over here, and it's going to do another move like that and make some sort of freaking diagonal or something like that. And this section will be back down here, and then in the future it can get out of there. But it's making a mess in there, and this is a long. Let me see. This second wave, it took it from January to March, so 2 months, and this one is April, and it's already 2 months. So the fourth it could take even longer. It could take even longer to get over here, like into July. So that's how I'm looking at that one. And then that Clean Spark too is looking pretty decent. It looks like it's setting itself up too, guys. The Clean Spark coin or Clean Spark digital asset, digital holdings coin here. Let me see this thing. You know, this one too is, you can see over here how it made a move like that, and then it just ripped out of there. But you can see the moving averages starting to make itself, like you see this 9 and the 21, and you see this going like that. You know, it could come down, but you see it just like that, and these things go like this. Maybe it's come back around, and then, you know, something like that, but it come back down and get out of there. But, you know, that one's looking pretty decent too. So here's my point. My point is that if Riot blockchain, think about this, right? Here's Riot blockchain. Riot blockchain finishes up a correction in this section, and it's going to be doing a rip. Mara is not as bullish, but it's still going to be making a move over here, right? And then Clean Spark, same thing in this section, back down, is going to be making a move. What do you think Bitcoin is going to do over here? Right? What do you think Bitcoin is going to be doing? Those are setting themselves up to make moves, guys, over there. So I just want to throw that out there and give you guys a little bit of my analysis using other things than just besides Bitcoin. People talking about Bitcoin all the time. You know, it's like, well, give me more evidence that supports your theory, right? Once you want to see more evidence, like I'll throw this out there. Okay, here's Bitcoin. And if you only have Bitcoin, you're like, okay, whatever, you know, but here's what the NASDAQ is doing. Even the NASDAQ, is the NASDAQ going to be at a peak, and is it going to be crashing? You know, like then you can go and like, wait a second, like I got the NASDAQ is probably going to be doing a crash. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying an example. You know, that maybe Bitcoin is not going to be doing a bounce out of there. As an example, what's the S&P 500 doing? What's MicroStrategy doing? What's GBTC doing? What are all these other assets doing? Put it together like a quant, right? Like a quant would do. Okay. So what does a quant do? Here, I'll show you something. Here, you guys want to know what a quant does? Here's what a quant does. Okay. You got 500 stocks. You have all these stocks. Here's stock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, on and on and on. 500 stocks in the S&P 500, right? So you can track each one of these individually. Okay. Each one of these individually, all in the S&P 500. You can do more than that. You can do 500. You can do 1,000. You can do 8,000. You can do 10,000 stocks, right? And you can figure out what's the trend, the long-term, medium-term, and short-term trend on each of these ones individually. Did you know that? Okay. Instead of just looking at the indice, each one of these individually. Okay. So then let's say this one is in a bullish trend. This one's bullish. This one's telling you it's bullish. Just say these are all. Let's say this is a whole S&P 500. This one's bullish. This one's bullish. Now we got a bear one. I'll put the bear down here. We got a bear one, and then we got a bullish one. We got a bullish one, right? So we got all these right out here. So only two bears overall. So all these, this is 500 in there in the S&P 500, and only this certain percentage say that they're bearish. So then I can go, well, wait a second. got all these bullish stocks in the S&P 500, so more than likely it's going to probably at least go up, right? That makes sense, okay? But then you got to take in consideration, like, okay, so then you got the other ones that carry more weight and everything, and you can factor that in with your numbers and stuff like that, guys. So that's how that works, okay? And you can kind of do that with Bitcoin. I'm trying to get something set up to do that with cryptocurrencies in the future. I'm actually trying to get something set up like that with cryptocurrencies, guys, to see if what can happen. You know, keeping track of all the cryptocurrencies, every single one of them. So you know what I'm saying? You could do that. It's going to take me a long time to get something like that put together. And plus, I need somebody who's really, really smart with numbers, quant, you know, math, probably like engineering type person, something like a coder engineering type person, really, really, really smart person to be able to do that. So if you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.